Get everybody on up in here.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV.
Let's get ready to get up in here. So let me check a few things out before we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get it going. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. What's going on, man? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, man. Hopefully everybody is having a good Friday out there. And before we start this weekend, figured I'd drop some for y'all to look at, pay attention to before y'all go into your Saturday. So let's get this started. We got a ceasefire in the city of Compton, and one of my OG homeboys, Gangster, spoke on it on his YouTube channel last night. He spoke on the ceasefire, and what tripped me out was, before I even seen his live last night, somebody sent me a picture, and it had the South Sides, it had the Santana blocks, and I believe it had the Atlantic Drives on one picture. Now that's big coming from the city of Compton. If you guys know anything about the city of Compton and those neighborhoods that I just named, then y'all will all know that's big. Yeah, that's big. Shout out to OG Gangster over there at OG ENT. My first time meeting OG Gangster was in 1993. I believe that was 93 or 94, but I'm sure it was 93. I was with my cousin Pop Rock, and we was in the 66 Chevy Impala, front, back. You know, I come from the lowrider world. My pops was a lowrider, my cousin, my whole family, we into lowrider. That's what we do, we lowride. So we going down Long Beach Boulevard, and we see Gangster. He was in the black Caprice Chevy with hydraulics on it. My cousin Pop Rock, he's behind the wheel. I'm in the passenger seat, and my two younger brothers, they're in the back seat. Pop Rock had to be about 18. I believe I was 13, and my little brothers, they was younger than me. But we was riding in the city on them Dana Danes, and we was hitting switches through Compton. We see Gangster. And my cousin Pop Rock made the mistake at that time. He was fairly new to the game, the lowrider world. And he hit the switch on Gangster. Gangster jumped in that Caprice, turned it around, and he hit them switches on us. And that was my first introduction to seeing the car jump that high. I looked over there and I seen that man Dayton's through the window. And that was my first time seeing OG Gangster. At the time, his name was Baby Gangster. Well, anyway, let's get to it, man. Gangster got something he want to say, and it's getting real when the OGs speak. So let's check out this video by OG ENT. Let's get to it.
I'm not asking nobody, homie, to forgive nobody. All I'm doing is asking everybody to do is just live. Just respect each other as men, and we keep living our lives. Everybody get to go home to their families and see their kids, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. You know, so I'm gonna go and get to the main topic. Last night, you know what I'm saying, we had to sit down for the second time. You know what I'm saying? We had to sit down, you know what I'm saying, with the Southside Crips and Atlantic Drive Crips. You know what I'm saying? Which is, well, you know what I'm saying, what they want to call it ops. It was two of our ops, which is stupid as fuck, because we used to be like this back in the day, tight as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But we had to sit down, man, and you know, we came to the conclusion, homie, that, you know, it's time to put an end to that bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so as of last night, you know what I'm saying? You know, we agreed to stay out they hood. They gonna stay out our hood. We see each other in traffic. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no problems. You can speak or you don't have to speak. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they live to see another day. You know what I'm saying? But see, in the meantime, homie, you got these dumb motherfuckers out there hollering about, oh, it ain't no peace, it can't be no peace. Man, shut the fuck up. Everybody saying it can't be no peace don't know what the fuck they talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, homie, like I told y'all, homie, I got love for my little homies. My little homies got love for all of us, homie. You know what I'm saying? But the little homies don't make the decisions in the hood, homie. At least not where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 generations come together and make the decisions. And you know what I'm saying? And we let everybody else know how it's gonna go, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, listen, man. It wasn't never a time, homie, when I didn't respect my big homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm second generation. But the homies above me, I always didn't respect my big homies. Even when my big homies was smoking dope. Even when there's cocaine out their head. Even when they was crackheads. I still respected my big homies. You know why? Because I knew who the fuck they was before they started smoking dope. You know what I'm saying? I knew their reputations before they started smoking dope. You know? They the ones made a way for me to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't give a damn. I ain't never, ever going against no my big homies for no reason. And when I was coming up, homie, whatever the big homie said, that's what it was, homie. Plain and simple. Whatever they said, that's what it was. You know? But you got a lot of these motherfuckers out there, homie, that's just running their motherfucking mouth, talking about peace that can't be peace this. Man, you scary motherfuckers ain't finna be the ones to sit down at the table to try to broker peace anyway. But like we said, these are ceasefires, you know what I'm saying, that can turn into peace. You know what I'm saying? These are ceasefires that can turn into peace, that can turn into relationships, that can make everything, man. We know everybody ain't gonna always get along. Because if you a mother, you know, certain people that did certain shit, that certain people, family members, and got killed. We know all that, homie. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this, homie. For all you motherfuckers out there that keep crying about, oh, they killed my brother, they killed my cousin, they killed my... If you ain't did nothing about it by now, homie, shut the fuck up. Because if you really own that time, homie, you should have been handled your business. You know what I'm saying? You should have been handled your motherfucking business, homie, if you really own that time. So if you know what I'm saying? So all that bullshit people keep saying about, oh, I ain't never gonna, homie, if the nigga that killed your people ain't there, what you gonna do? You know? And if you wanted to do something to somebody else, you should have been did it by now. You got motherfuckers that had family members killed 10, 20 years ago, talking about, oh, fuck that, it's gonna always be on. But nigga, you ain't did nothing in 15 years. You ain't pulled a pistol, you ain't socked a nigga, you ain't did nothing. But you just want to prevent peace. Man, shut the fuck up, man. If you ain't gonna go on no mission, if you ain't went on no mission and handled your business by now, homie, you ain't finna do shit, man. And all these bust-ass motherfuckers on the sideline saying, oh, it can't, like this nigga, oh, where the shooters? Motherfucker, in every hood, in every fucking generation, it's only a certain amount of shooters, man. In every generation, man. It ain't like every nigga in the hood no shooter. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucker, what you think? We wasn't never shooters? Got my wedding. Nigga, everybody that was in that fucking room, homie, was a shooter. At one time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, at the end of the day, see, I'm gonna tell y'all why these motherfuckers be running their mouth and don't know what the fuck they be talking about, man. These youngsters, homie, haven't acquired enough knowledge to even make decisions. You know what I'm saying? Life-changing decisions about whether a motherfucker gonna live or die. They ain't even qualified to make them kind of decisions that we qualified to make. For all you dumb motherfuckers that keep hollering about the little young shooter shit, they ain't qualified. They don't barely know to wipe their ass right. They ain't qualified to make no decisions for the whole neighborhood. Man. Hey, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. Shout out to the G. Lou show, man. G. Lou say, keep up the great work. Big homie for sure, homie. Appreciate you, G. Lou. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. When it's the way, who doesn't want? Only a dummy don't want motherfuckers to stop dying. You know what I'm saying? You know, I really don't like calling it peace because it's a ceasefire, but really, it is peace if you ain't killing each other. If you see each other and you don't do nothing to each other, it really is peace. You know, you got motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, don't like to say peace, but I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, ceasefire, but at the end of the day,
the OG is speaking them facts. The OG is speaking the real. Now, he might, you know, he a little amped up the way he's saying it, but he's saying some real things, man. You got a lot of people that's running around these neighborhoods talking about he did this to my brother, he did this to my father, they did this to my uncle, but you out here partying every weekend. If you really about that life, then you'll be on a constant mission to go get some get back. But none of y'all is getting back. None of y'all. You're partying every single week. Every time I look on Instagram, I see them partying. They smoking, they drinking, they throwing up F another dude's hood and ain't doing nothing. Leave it alone. Let it go. It ain't in you. Half of y'all busters, half of the dudes that's up here throwing up the FU finger to another dude hood ain't fist to do nothing. Half of them that got popped on and ain't even went back and returned no shots. So you might as well go ahead and get the peace. Or the ceasefire. The ceasefire mean y'all stay on y'all side of town. We stay on our side of town. We ain't gonna come over there. Y'all don't come over here. And if you do come over here, and if it's peace, you know, we not looking for no problems. That's basically what the OG is saying. You gotta listen. You gotta look at this. You got two ways you can look at this. One way is gonna save you. One way is gonna end you. I got homies right now that's sitting up in the penitentiary, never coming home, just like y'all got homies in the penitentiary that's never coming home. And I don't care how much they call you. I don't care how much they get on this internet and talk that gangster talk. When you up in there, because I did 14 years up in there. When you up in there, they gonna tell you, the ones who been down since the 80s, 90s, I didn't have them sit on the bleachers. They got bleachers like you at the park. And when you sit on them bleachers, I didn't had OGs from all these hoods break down in tears and tell me you lucky that you going home. I wish I could go home and be there with my family and my kids. And I done seen them cry, homie. Literally, these gangsters from some of y'all hood, reputable G's that y'all all look up to and always talking about, bragging on their name on internet. I done seen a lot of y'all big homies cry, man, and said, I wish I had another chance. So the OG on here speaking some facts, man. Let's get back into it.
If you ain't killing each other when you see each other, man, it really is peace, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man.
Talk that
you
talk.
know, that's real, man. You know, so, you know, we sat down last night, man, and we came to the conclusion, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't want to kill each other. We didn't want to kill each other no more, man. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. Anybody got a problem with that is an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And we also laid down some laws and some rules and some stipulations, and there's going to be consequences for anybody to get on that motherfucking internet and say some shit out his mouth. It's going to get an instant DP, man. Anybody to go disrespect, getting an instant DP. Anybody to go over there and
DPs. For y'all don't know what a DP is, that's when you go in the backyard and you get some backyard treatment. That used to go down when I was coming up. When I was coming up, they had a thing called DPs. Nowadays, a lot of people, they say, I ain't getting no DP. We ain't getting no DP. You do something to me, I'm going to knock you down and all that. And some people do live up to what they say. You put your hands on them and they going to knock you down. You'll just be out of here. You'll be gone. It won't be no more you. You'll be out the way. So, but DPs used to happen when I was coming up. But a DP made you strong because you had to go in the backyard and get down. With no running your mouth, talking like you're tough. We're going to see how tough you is. Get in that backyard and you're going to take them face about 5 or 6 homies. I done been in them backyards before. Yeah, I did it one time. I can't tell y'all what happened, why it happened, but it happened one time and that changed my life in the streets. So when I did start going to them jailhouses, it wasn't no going up in there snitching. I was ready for it. And when I got up in that LA County, I said, man, my hood worse than this. At that time when I was a young hothead, because they taught us the right way when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Them DPs. So when the OGs get to talking like this, them DPs, man, they serious. They mean what they saying. Basically, if we lay down the law and we say we're going to cease fire on this side of town and y'all get out here on these internets, basically, like I said earlier, throwing at them FU fingers to them dudes' hoods, you're going to have consequences. Now, this is on the east side of Compton that he's speaking on. They had they meeting and hopefully it transferred to the west side of Compton. Because when it come on the west side and we get all this together, now let's get to the money. Let's put all this BS together and let's get to the money. Because I never joined the gang. I wasn't never impressed by nobody hanging out a window, shooting no pistol. That ain't what made me want to be from where I'm from. What made me want to be where I was from, when the homies picked me up, and we went to the square in my hood. It's a liquor store called the Square. When I went up there and my homies pulled that bankroll out and I seen them with them hundreds, them 50s and them 20s, I said, I want to get put on today. Yeah, put me on today. Because I was intrigued by the money. I was intrigued by going to the spot, seeing all the money being made, women pulling up to the hood. It was cracking. That's what I wasn't impressed by nobody busting no pistols. I didn't care nothing about that. When I seen that money, and the homies was fly. They had the Chuck Taylors on, blue shoestring, khakis creased up, khaki shirt, C-rag in the pocket. That was fly to me back then. I said, man, I want to get some money. Let's get back to this though.
Do something to somebody and they out of there. You got to go somewhere else. You gonna get DP, but you can't be from over here no more. Because if you go over there, homie, and you do some shit, that means you don't give a fuck about us. You know what I'm saying? But see, I be telling y'all, man, a lot of these dudes on the internet, man, they don't know what the fuck they be talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's real, man. You can't just be in it looking out for yourself, homie. You gotta look at the big picture, man. Nigga, this Compton, homie. Compton, man, we got to bring Compton back to Compton. And that's real. CC Riders. And I ain't talking about no gang banging shit. I'm just talking about every Crip hood in Compton, you know what I'm saying, not fighting each other. Everybody just letting each other live, man. When you go to jail, I could go to jail. You got youngsters out here right now that'll go shoot another Crip, get in jail, hit that pen, and they CC Riders. They got to watch each other back. They got to look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? He could have shot my homie or killed my homie, but when he go down, I got to watch his back. He got to watch my back. So if it's like that in jail, don't be on the street crying. Don't be on the street crying, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, we got to make it do what it do, homie. We got too many people on this internet running their mouth.
It should be a rule. It should be a rule if you one of them guys that went to the state penitentiary and then went up in there and got along with your rivals, and you come back on these streets and get caught back up in some gang activity after you was just in there hanging with them dudes, homies, and your ass go back up in there, it should be a rule where they beat the shit out of you. Roll your ass up, kick you in the ass, and send you on somewhere else. Because you's a buster. Anybody that done been to the pen, went up in there and got along with their so-called enemies and got back on these streets tripping, you's a buster. And it should be a rule where they kick you square off in your ass and kick him so hard in his ass he fly over the prison gate. Chase his ass over that barbed wire fence. That should be the new rule.
Ain't got a clue about shit can't make nothing happen. They can't even go sit down at a table because they ain't nobody. You can be any fucking body you want to be on this internet. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, man, 95% of the motherfuckers on this internet that's talking this gangbanging shit, they will not be at the table when some shit is going on. If a round table is formed, they would never be at it. You can hate, they can hate on me all they want, but they ain't gonna say shit in my face, so I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers know who I am, and they know what I'm about, man. I'm about my people. I'm about this motherfucking peace out here. I don't want now other motherfucker to die, and it pisses me off when motherfuckers get on this internet thinking that they know what the fuck they talking about when they don't know what they talking about, man. You know? Shit crazy, man. Shit is crazy. You know, but hey, at the end of the day, man, we did a good thing. So, you know, God willing, you know what I'm saying? We ain't finished. You know what I'm saying? We working on the east side of Compton right now. We trying to squash all the beefs on the whole east side, you know, of Compton. Then we gonna work toward the west side. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's definitely possible, man. You know? For anybody to say it ain't possible, Killer Kev, what's up, loved one? Man.
That's OGENT. Y'all go over there to OGENT and check out his page and subscribe to his page. Let me get to some of the comments in the comment section. We got Brandon Jackson. What up, Rick Rock Love from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out. We got One Love, love and respect to the title, for sure. High Life, all peace is good for the community. Terrence Grant, too black, too strong. Okay. We got J1, down OG. We got Frederick. He gave a salute sign up. Okay, we got Tennessee. What it do, Rock Man? What's up with it? We got Keep It a Benji up in there. Y'all go subscribe to Keep It a Benji channel. He be saying he got some good stuff going on over there too. We gonna get back to this, but listen, it was another video that I seen on YouTube. It was Tyrese and what's the boy name? Shannon Sharp. And man, they was preaching that ism, man. This one right here, I want y'all to check this out. This one right here caught my attention, and I'm pretty sure y'all gonna like this one too, man. I be surfing looking for some of that good stuff. I don't really be tripping off a lot of this stuff on the internet. But let's get into this one. I didn't even know Tyrese. Get back to it, man. The title of the video was the OG from Compton spoke on a ceasefire. They had a meeting, and when I seen that picture with the South Side, the Santanas on the same picture, I knew it was getting real, y'all. I just wish where I come from that one day we could sit down and do the same thing. We could say, you know what? Nobody is winning this war. Nobody winning the war. They done lost homies. We done lost homies. There's nobody gonna win. The reward, if you do win, is the penitentiary, life, the cemetery, gone for life. It's the highest reward. But if y'all could bring a ceasefire, then guess what? You don't got to have that extra stress on your mind worrying about, man, somebody fit to come pop us today. Man, we got to have a pistol on us all day, every day. I was told if you got to be in the area where you got to have a gun, that you should be there. I was told if you know there's trouble right there, run and don't quit. Don't stop running. I ain't stopped running since. See, these is wise words that I done got from older people. When I was locked up, I didn't want to hang around the dudes my age because all they want to do is rap all day, beat on their chest and make rap songs and all that. Some of them want to play basketball. I got with the OGs, and the OGs showed me how to work out, how to stay strong. That was my thing. How to do pull-ups. The homie from Santana Block, Zebo. When I was at Salinas Valley, I couldn't do one pull-up. The homie used to hold the bars. The homies would hold my legs, and I get it in until I got strong enough to do 2 pull-ups, 3 pull-ups, 4. We did push-ups all day. I didn't want to hang around the young dudes. I didn't care about, because I knew I had to survive. I had to do 10 years. I went to jail at 17 and got out at 27. And within that whole 10 years, I'm not getting nothing but game, wisdom. And the most stories that I heard the most was, young homie, go home. Don't come back here. When you walk out that gate, don't look back. Keep going forward. And that's what I did. I got out, got a job at the oil refinery. But the streets were still calling me. I'm making good money at this time. I'm making $1,000 a week. And that's a lot of money back then for somebody that's fresh out the penitentiary. For y'all that's looking for a job, if you live out here, LA, Compton, Watts, Linwood, Carson, Paramount, Bellflower, Lakewood, go on down into Brand Scaffold. Y'all get on your phone, look up Brand Scaffold, BRANDSCAFFOLD, and get you a job. They got another one called Brenderson. It's in the city of Carson. And they got another one called, what's that other scaffolding place? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, Brand Scaffold, man, it got to the point to where I was making $3,000 a week. But you know what I wanted to do? I still want to go on the block and hustle. I used to get off work, go on the block and hustle. And I was only out for 23 months. And one day the police cracked me. I got caught with the pistol and I got caught with some work. And I had to go sit back down and do another 4 years. And my whole time while I was sitting up in that penitentiary, the second time after doing 10 years straight, I sat in my cell and I was like, why do I keep coming back? Because I was going to juvenile hall before that. And some just said, you got to slow down. You're moving too fast when you get out there. Quit being greedy. Quit trying to get all the money. And when I sit up in that cell, when I came home, I slowed down. I got out of jail in 2013. I ain't been back since. See, I know how to move now. I'm not trying to go to every turn up. I'm not trying to go to every event. I'm not trying to go to every hood day. I don't care about, what I care about the most is staying free, because it's easy to get in and it's hard as hell to get out. Once they get you, they got you. And I don't care how bad you is, how tough you is. When you get your ass up in there and you go take your shower and you think, and you in there showering, yeah, them tears coming out your eyes. That ain't just water coming out the nozzle. You're going to be in there crying. It's going to be some nights you're going to be on your pillow and cry like a, y'all know what I'm talking about. I done seen it. But yeah, go down to Brand Scaffold, man. Google Brand Scaffold. Get y'all a good job, man. A job will keep you out the way. Make your money, stack your money, go home. That's it. It's easy, man. This stuff is simple. But we want to be in the streets all day. We want to turn up. We want to impress everybody. You know what I'm saying? We want to do a whole lot of impressing. And you impressing people that's not going to send you a dime when you go to jail. You impressing people that's not going to even knock on your mama door. Hey, Miss So-and-so, I noticed the grass is growing high. I got my lawnmower around. You know, I could come over here and cut the grass. Hey, Miss So-and-so, I could come back there and take the trash out. They not going to visit your grave. They not going to put no flowers on your grave. Trust me. I'm from the street too. I know what's going on. They not going to send you a dime. When I was locked up in there, nobody sent me a dime. A dude from Linwood. He was a lifer. And I moved up in his cell and he had everything in the cell. But he never got no money. Nobody never sent him no money. So one day I seen him in there making what they call pruno. I said, man, how you make that? He said, Rock, if I tell you, I got to kill you. I'm like, damn, homie, nigga, I'm trying to make some money up in this mud. But he was clowning. So, you know, me being observative, I just watched him. I watched how he was doing it, watched how he was making it. And that's how I learned. Before you know it, I was in there making my pruno, making mine. And then I had to move out the cell because it was too much going on. He had his sack up under the bed. I had my sack. I wanted my own shop. So I started making mine in my cell. And that's how I survived in jail for a long time. I used to make pruno. I used to make white lighting. For y'all don't know what white lighting is, it's gin. You take the pruno, you put it in a bucket, You take them stingers. Stingers is what they use to warm their food up. You wrap that up in another bag and you let it sweat. Put a little straw, I forgot the little thing we used to use, but it drips like water and it turns to gin. You can set it on fire and everything. That's how I survived. And when my homies hit the yard, I had everything they need. Me, I got shoes. You got soap. I used to make them care packages. I used to look out for the homies. And some of them dudes was the same dudes on the streets that we call enemies. It's a lot of dudes that was my so-called enemies on the streets. But when I got up in there and recognized it was Compton, I got Compton on my arm, Compton on my neck, Compton on my chest, Compton on my back, Compton on my shirt. It's Compton with me. I know if I was to get locked up today, it's going to be Compton. Point blank, period. And a lot of you dudes that never been to the pen, oh, you're going to take your field trip if you in the streets. And when you take that field trip, you going to understand. Because if you tough and bad like you is, if you not forgiving, I'm not squashing nothing. As soon as you get to the pen, you know what you'll tell the homies? You'll say, listen, I don't care what y'all got going on. That's my enemy. We get cracking. You might as well go ahead and push that line. Nobody is pushing that line. Look how many dudes from y'all hood that's supposed to be gangsters, that's supposed to be tough. When they hit that prison yard, they ain't pushing that line. They not going against the grain. Because if they know if they go against the grain, they gonna get a knife stuck up in their back. Yeah, they gonna have about 20 fists going against the side of their head. We don't care how big you is, how tough you is. You will get your issue. Nobody is bigger than the program. I done seen every dude from every hood that's out here. When they got out of line, they got their issue, and it didn't matter how big they was. So I'm gonna tell you something. You might as well save yourself the trip. Save yourself all that. I'm letting y'all know, for the ones that never been to jail, I'm letting you know, if you're brainwashed, I'm about to unbrainwash you. Because when you get up in that cell, when you get up in that jail, the enemigo thing is over with. The op thing is over with. It's a wrap. So you might as well take care of your family, take care of your kids, take care of your mama, help your mama out. When the last time y'all have been by your mama house? Mama, how you doing? Your mama, you need anything? You good? You know, mom, may go a few dollars. I got some extra money on me. Mom, you know, wash your mama car, cut your mama grass. When the last time y'all did that? When the last time y'all didn't hit your baby mama? Hey, baby mama, you good? You straight? Here. Y'all got to get on that. That's what we got to get on. If you the supervisor at a job, this is another thing I noticed too, homie. When we get up in these job places, you ask a homie, hey, your job hiring? Oh, no, they ain't hiring. You ain't even went to go check and see if they hiring. You ain't even went to go get it. Hey, look, I got a partner that's a good worker, man. I'm trying to pull him in. You know what they'll say, man? I ain't trying to get my name messed up. But the Mexicans and all them, they pull their homies in. They don't care if he was, long as he could pass a drug test, they pulling them in, snatching them in, putting them in position. Not us. That's why I brung the Tyrese title up. Jealousy. We hating on each other. Don't want nobody to pass them up or do better than them. Not knowing, stupid, if you help me and I get, just to say, if I get higher than you, nigga, I'm gonna pull you up with me. Niggas ain't looking at that. I know niggas right now in position and they scared that you gonna pass them up. Nigga, I'm not in no race with you, nigga. If I make it, we all make it. If you make it, then that should be the mentality. But niggas ain't looking at it like that. And that's the problem, man. Nowadays, the females out here is more tougher and more solid than the men. The men then took the place of the females. The men out here acting like straight females and wonder why the woman don't respect them. Because you're not doing nothing to deserve respect. You hang out in the hood more than you hang out with your woman. You're on the block more than with your woman. You got more pictures on your social media page, throwing your hood up, but you don't got none with your family. You don't got none with your wife. You're around here knocking down all the hood rats. They gonna leave you for somebody else with a bigger sack. Nobody is getting married in the black community. I haven't seen no weddings on the internet. You know what I see more than I see weddings? Funerals, obituaries. These funerals is looking like weddings, everybody clean, everybody sharp, everybody celebrating. What is you celebrating death for? Nobody is dying from old age. Everybody is dying at a young age at a rapid pace. Every week, it's a funeral, a gang funeral. Every time I turn on the internet, it's a funeral. We doing it to ourselves. When the last time y'all seen a Chinese funeral, a Mexican funeral? Y'all get where I'm going with it. It's always the blacks. When you see another race on it, you're like, damn, it's because it's not common. Everybody got to die, but we dying faster. We taking pride. Man, I done seen some guns I ain't never seen in my life before, man. I seen a couple of switches. I ain't never seen that at night. They making these guns more powerful to knock you down like this. Y'all notice ain't nobody getting shot surviving no more. Ain't nobody getting shot going to the hospital getting patched up. Everybody that's getting shot with these new guns, they making it to where you're out of here. We got to do better, man. These kids is watching. Y'all seen the Kendrick Lamar pop out. Y'all seen the little kid. Little kid had to be no more than 12 or 10, probably younger than that. And he out there sea walking. And this is a Tommy. I don't know if he was a Tommy the Clown dancer, but I know he was up there sea walking. A little kid and the grown folks is cheering it on. They cheering it on.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV.
Nobody stopped it. Before you know it, they'll get accustomed to doing that dance, the Crip walk, the blood walk. And before you know it, they'll be doing up C's, throwing up C's, B's, and P's. Because nobody's stopping them. They training them. Nobody is paying attention. And we think it's cute. Every time I look on the internet, somebody on there Crip walking, blood walking. If y'all don't like where I'm going with it, get on up out of here right now. Cause I'm on now. Once I get activated, I'm on. I ain't used to this live thing, but once I get activated, I'm on. And I hope my son is watching. Yeah, cause that's who I'm really talking to. Cause when I'm dead and gone and these videos is up with me talking that realism, he can always go back and say, that's my daddy right there, man. See, I lace my son up. I let him know. Never join the gang. See, I was a dummy. I was stupid. I was a follower. You don't want to use a leader, son. He in football doing things that I couldn't do. I wasn't athletic like that. He doing his thing on that football field. And I'd rather see him doing that than pulling the strap from behind his back. Like I used to do when I was little. Nobody told me when I was younger, you got to go put some work in. That was normal activity. We didn't hang around and party all day. We didn't hang around and get high all day. We knew what we signed up for. And we had to go. Nobody forced us to do anything. It's a different time now. Dudes is doing stuff now because they getting high off drugs. You couldn't popping a pill. Man, that was dope fiends. We wasn't doing that when we was little, popping a pill. You had a couple of older dudes that used to smoke a sherm stick. That was as far as it go. You'll see them running down the street, butt naked, barking at fire hydrants, climbing telephone poles. They were doing with sherm heads. And you had crackheads, but we love the crackheads because the crackheads kept us with some money in our pocket. And that's foul too. We was killing the community off with the drugs, but we didn't know no better. Now you don't see crackheads no more. When I drive down the streets, I see these young dudes, man. I see young dudes, young homie, and they walking down the street lost. Look like they don't even know where they at. I've never seen a crackhead do that. Crackheads knew how to get money every single day. That's why when the crackheads stopped smoking crack, they got nice cars, they got houses. Because they always was hustlers. These new drugs they got y'all on got your mind gone, Got you walking down the street looking for cigarette butts. Crackheads done looking for cigarette butts. Crackheads was looking in your motherfucking car window in your goddamn house, in your garage, looking for shit to steal. They was hustling. You ain't heard about no crackheads overdosing. This shit they giving kids, this shit that they selling y'all right now is, look at rich homie Quan. All these knocking they boots off. Out of here. Y'all better wake up, man. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Catch y'all on the next one. We gone.